I'm going to give you some real perspective. You see, there's a lot of people out there that'll tell you, you need to have a purpose, you need to do this, you need to do that. And first of all, quite frankly, that's a lot of BS because most of the people that will tell you that want something from you, whether that be your money or your time or your energy. So we're going to throw out all that type of thinking just for the duration of this video because all that external influence is not needed in this space. This is a conversation between me and you. Okay, so first of all, if you have a pen and paper, grab it right now. We're not going to write too much, don't worry. But I want you to ask yourself the question and write it down. Why do I do the things that I do? It can be anything, whether that be your job, whether that be your hobbies, whether that be the people you spend time with. Ask yourself, why do I do what I do? And you see, there could be many reasons, whether I need to do this, or I need to get this, or I just like it. You see, this is the root and the foundation of getting to our purpose. You see, when you ask yourself first why you do what you do, you will see what is in alignment and what is not with your purpose. Now, you see, what is purpose? What am I supposed to do in life? What is my purpose? First of all, purpose is an idea, a thought, something that is self-imposed. Your purpose is whatever you believe it is. Okay, and of course, there are things that you're going to be called to in life. And you could call that your purpose. You could call that something that you do, something that you're supposed to do, whatever. Call it whatever you want. But don't forget that just by existing, just by living, you are already fulfilling a purpose. Okay? You just being here and existing, naturally, you are fulfilling a purpose. Okay? If you ask a wild animal, what is your purpose? Its purpose is to exist. So how are we any different than that? Okay, and I understand that's a very basic fundamental level of life philosophy. And you might be saying, but we live in this human world with thoughts and ideas. Okay, first of all, the thoughts and beliefs you have are self-imposed. You choose what you believe. You choose to believe your purpose is what it is. And of course, there are things you're going to be called to, like I said. But we could be called to all sorts of things. Do you understand? Okay? You could be called to be a teacher, but also be someone who loves art and also who loves sports and loves this and that. You're going to have multiple purposes in your life. Why? Because purpose is self-imposed. It's something that you determine. Okay? So when you do what you do, why do you do it? That is to say, what purpose do you have for doing the things that you do? What purpose do you set upon your life? What reason or goal do you have for your life? Ask yourself that. Write it down. You might need it. So when we talk about goals, a lot of people's goals are milestones. That is to say, they are numbers to be reached, numbers to be achieved. Okay? Let's say you're a music artist. Your goal is to reach million views on a million streams on your song. Or you're a finance advisor and your goal is to make this certain amount of money. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not goals. I mean, they can be, but rather they're milestones. That is to say, there is always another number to reach. There's always another step to chase after, something to go after. Okay, there's always more money to make. There's always more views to get. And there's always something to reach after if it's an external goal, if it's something out there that you can go and grab. So what I'm pointing you to is not a goal that is focused on something outside of yourself, but something that is focused on the inside of yourself. Okay, for example, me. I was reminded recently why I do what I do. Why do I do this right here? Is I received a comment and it put into perspective why I do what I do. You see, even I am fallible to thinking, oh, you know, wouldn't it be nice to have a billion views, right? Wouldn't it be nice to have, be making Mr. Beast, type of money off YouTube? It would be great. It would be so great. But at the end of the day, that I can't lie to myself and say that is why I do this. Because I don't do this. My goal is not to make money. I don't it'd be great. My goal is not to reach a certain amount of views. That'd be great. Those are milestones. And sure, I have milestones I would like to achieve. No doubt. And I will achieve. But my goal, each video is something more intimate. My goal is to be honest and genuine and truthful and speak from the heart and feel like at the end of the day, at the end of my video, I've delivered something that feels real. My goal is to provide a message not only that I resonate with and I feel is honest and true, but something that I know other people can relate to and feel because I've felt that before. Okay. And ultimately bring upon new perspectives in life because ultimately life is about perspective. Okay. And so when you change your perspective on how you view your purpose, your goals, how you're living your everyday life, you can see life from a lighter perspective, from a brighter perspective, from a more purposeful perspective. Okay, and here's the thing. Even in my everyday life, I don't use purpose. I don't ever think about myself, oh, this is my purpose, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's a self-imposed, limiting belief, I think. And I truthfully believe, I'm going to naturally fill out my purpose here in life, right? And we can go into that about the nature of reality and the nature of humanity and people and blah, blah, blah. But right now, we're just talking about you in your own personal life, despite how small it is in the grand vastness of the universe. We all do have a quote unquote purpose or thing that we are going to enact out in this world. And so if you're struggling trying to find that, go back to the questions I asked you. Why do you do what you do? What goals do you have? Because those are two questions that are inherently intertwined. And when you can come to a place where you can set goals from an internal perspective, you will be more aligned to what you're supposed to do. And you won't be out there chasing and being miserable if you fail or succeed, right? Because if your goals are determined upon numbers or things that are outside of yourself, you're putting your happiness and your success in the hands of other people, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're a musician, you have no idea. You have no clue. You have no control over how many people stream your album, right? If you're a business owner, you have no control over if people decide to go with your business or not. You can do your best, but some people are just not going to, and that is okay. And so understanding that we have control, but we also don't, and being okay with there are certain things that we cannot force upon life. But when your goal is internal, you can be successful every time. If you're an athlete and you want to score 20 points in this game and you don't do it, are you a failure? No. But according to those terms, you are a failure because you didn't reach that goal, right? It's a matter of perspective. So if you change your perspective and say, hey, my goal is to go out there and play my best, play my hardest, and enjoy my time, then you are success every time you go out there on that basketball court. So that's really, I think, the purpose is creating a goal so that you can be successful every time. And that goal is internal. And the goal is not to be successful every time. It's actually to just do what feels right? To create a goal that comes from a genuine space and that you feel like you can fulfill every time and how you will be happy about the end product if you accomplish that goal. Okay, so if you're an artist and your goal is to make an art piece that'll sell, you're putting that in the hands of someone else. But if your goal is to create an authentic piece of art that you feel you like, you can be successful every time. And if you're not, if you create a piece that, you feel like you're not happy with, that's okay. That's just experience. That's just learning. So don't be stressed about purpose or feeling like you have to do this or that. Because a lot of those expectations are self-imposed. A lot of those things are things that you are choosing to believe. And of course, you can always change what you believe. Okay? And of course, like the easiest way to do that is to observe your thoughts, to observe the way you're thinking in the first place. And so, like, the easiest way to do that is just stop. Just take some time, breathe, live, and meditate. It's a great experience. It's not something that's like crazy. Even if it's 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, I guarantee you got 20 minutes a day that you can just sit and just be, observe your thoughts, realize if you're being too hard on yourself, or realize if your mind is saying a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter. It helps. It'll help. It'll help you come to a more peaceful state of mind. And if you would like to join me on a live guided meditation, you can join me in the link down below on my Patreon. It's a lot of fun. And go through those questions I asked you. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day. Catch you later.